Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gnome, bringing you yet another Mortal Kombat X tutorial. This tutorial is going to be teaching you how to use Ferra and Torr's Brutalities. So without any further ado, if you would like to see a specific brutality, feel free to hop on down to the description below where you'll find timestamps to help you get to each one. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing all of Ferra and Torr's brutalities, then stick along with me. I'm going to be starting with the Ruthless variation, and we'll see you there. Alright guys, so first up we have the Trample brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you can be in any one of Ferra and Torr's variations. Now what's key to doing this properly is you're going to want to run at least 3 times during the match, and then your final hit must come from a tuck and charge. Now when you perform this, you need the first hit of the tuck and charge to miss, and furthermore, you're going to want to be holding forward. Now I know this is a lot of criteria, and therefore as usual, I'll provide you with an example. So here we go. Now running is a new concept to this game, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but as you can see we have a new stamina bar under our health, which again is new to this game. Now to run is forward right trigger or forward R2, like so. And there we have it. And now we're going to do that 3 times. So there's 1, there's 2, and as you can see each time our stamina bar decreases when we do it. And here's 3. Simple enough. I use running a lot in actual battles just because you can really get up on your opponent and beat them quite well. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the tuck and charge, and this is the move you're going to use to finish your opponent, and that is back forward A on the Xbox or back forward X on the PlayStation, and it should look like something like this. And now keep in mind, I'm going to be doing this from a distance because as you'll notice, Torr is going to swing Ferra at the start of this move, and you need that swing to miss your opponent when you perform this brutality. So here we go. Oh, there we go. And as you can see, I was just far enough that Ferra missed, but I still hit Katana with the charge. So here we go. And there. So that's really all there is to it, my friends. All you have to do is remember, run at least 3 times, and then hold forward while you are doing this move, and make sure the first swing that you are far enough to miss, but hit them with the dash afterwards. So let's go for it. This should be no problem. And again, remember to hold forward. So here we go. Boom. Not bad at all. This is a really nice brutality, if I do say so. I really like how messy and gory it is. Like, because some of the brutalities are kind of, you know, just something gets cut off here or there, and then, you know, they're alright. But this one, that's a mess. That's a brutality. There we have it, my friends. On to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Plaything brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you can be in any one of Ferra and Torr's variations. Now it's key to doing this properly is you must perform a 2-hit combo with the caber toss as the final hit. Now, again, your final hit itself, of course, as you'd expect, must come from the caber toss. Now this is quite simple, and as usual, I'll give you an example. Now the way I like to do this is to start with a Ferra jab in the air, which is down X or down square in the air, and it should look something like this. And as you'll see, he swings Ferra really quickly downwards. And then I like to continue it while you bounce your opponent up in the air with the caber toss, which is forward Y or forward triangle. And you'll know it works properly. Let's see if we can get it here. So again, down X or down square while in the air, and then do forward Y or forward triangle while she is bouncing. And there we have it. It works quite well, and that's really all there is to it. I'll do it once more. Oh, missed. There we go. Oh! Oh! I guess we got the brutality. There we have it, my friends. It's really that simple, as you can see. I didn't even intend to do it, and just the example alone was enough to pull it off. You might actually be able to just do the plain caber toss alone. I haven't actually tested it, because when you do that move, it does count as a 2-hit combo for whatever reason. I don't quite understand why. But I haven't tested it, and this is just a fail-safe way to know you got at least 2 hits working up to the caber toss. And as you can see from the example, it does work. So there you have it, my friends. On to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Stabby Stab brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you're going to want to be in Ferra and Torr's Ruthless variation. Now it's key to doing this properly is you must buff up from the pain and gain ability, and then you can go for the brutality. If you do not buff with the pain and gain, you will not get this to work properly, so keep that in mind. Now, to finish your opponent, we're going to use the grab and stab, which is the enhanced version of the normal grab move, but I'll provide you with an example as usual. So here we go. Now, to use your buff, it is down down X or down down square, and you'll know it's working because Torr will start to drip with blood and Ferra will have stabbed him in the shoulders. Like so. So again, down down X or down down square, and from there simply we're going to move on and do the grab and stab, which is down back forward X or down back forward square with the addition of the right trigger or the R2 button, depending on your controller, and it should look something like this. And that's really all there is to it, my friends, so let's get to it. There really isn't too much difficulty in pulling this brutality off. It's just a matter of remembering to use the buff and then use the enhanced grab. So here we go, one more time with the buff, down down X or down down square. And then grab and stab, which is down back forward X or down back forward square with the right trigger or the R2 button. And there we have it, my friends. Pop. She got it. I like this one a lot. Ferra and Torr is a really great character. It reminds me a lot, as many would probably agree, of Noob Saiba or Noob Smoke when they were a mixed character in the previous Mortal Kombat games. I really like the idea of, two characters working together, but, not necessarily being too overpowered. And Ferra and Torr so far has been really fun and enjoyable character for myself. So, on to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Twisted Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you need to be in Ferra and Torr's Vicious variation. Now what's key to doing this properly is you must interact with at least 3 level interactions. And then, you want your final hit to come from a deep stab, which is an enhanced ability, so you're going to need at least 1 bar of special meter. While that attack is underway, you will notice Ferra will be on the ground stabbing your opponent, and at this point you're going to want to mash any of the 5 buttons on your controller, whether it be the Xbox's A, B, X, Y, or the PlayStation's square, triangle, circle, X. So, without any further ado, let's move on to the example. So, let's start with the 3 level interactions. Here's this woman here. Let's get on this side of him, and I think we can, there we go, there's 2. And then let's push him over to the other side, because I don't think there's anything else over here. Come on. Come on. There we go. There's a tiger over here. Can we interact with that? There's 3. Alright. Simple enough. Now we're going to move on to the Gut Ripper, which is down, back, forward, X, right trigger, or down, back, forward, square, R2. So here we go. And as you notice, Torr goes on the ground there, or Ferra rather. Mash all 5 buttons when that's happening. That's really all there is to this one. It's really not that hard. That's really all there is to it. It makes it sound a little bit difficult because it says that you need to mash at least 5 buttons, but it's not. You can mash all 4 of the buttons on the pad. So here we go. Without any further ado, let's do the Gut Ripper Brutality. And make sure it's the enhanced version. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Right in half. That's really all there is to it. Just remember, interact with at least 3 level interactions, and then while you are doing that gut ripper ability, mash the 5 pad buttons. Anyone you desire, you can mash them all at once. The more the better. On to the next one. Alright guys, so next up we have the Steamroller Brutality. In order to perform this brutality, you're going to want to be in Ferra and Torr's Lackey variation. Now, what's key to doing this properly is you need to hit the opponent with at least 3 boulder rolls during the match, and then you're going to want to finish your opponent with the enhanced double boulder roll. So this brutality is not too hard at all. It's just a matter of meeting the previous requirements. So here we go, without any further ado, an example. Now, the boulder roll itself should be back forward Y or back forward triangle on the PlayStation, and we're going to do 3 of them. Should look something like this. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And then, to finish your opponent, you're going to do the exact same thing, back forward Y, with the enhanced right trigger to enhance it. Or, back forward triangle, and then R2 to enhance it on the PlayStation. So here we go with an example of that. Simple enough, and that's really all there is to it, my friends. So let's go for it to finish our opponent once more. Just to hit your opponent with at least 3 boulder rolls and then finish them with the double boulder roll. So here we go. And there we have it. Flat. We squished him. It works. I like it. I don't know if I think I might have seen one other brutality that did this, though I also may be just thinking of this one in specific. So we actually have 1 more brutality because there are 2 for the Lackey variation. So, on to the next one. Alright guys, so last up we have the Step On Down Brutality. Now in order to perform this brutality, you're going to want to be in Ferra and Torr's Lackey variation. Now what's key to doing this properly is Ferra and Torr must have under 35% of their health remaining, so that you're going to want to get beat up a little for this one. So it may be a little bit of a high risk, high reward brutality, depending on how well you are with handling your health and whatnot, and being sure of your strategy and whether or not you'll be able to pull this off within the health range you have left. But that aside, you want your final hit to come from a step aside combo, and as usual, I'll provide you with an example. So here we go. We already have less than enough health. I think we have around 25% exactly right now. Now the step aside combo is back A and then Y and B at the same time, or back X and triangle and circle at the same time, and it should look something like this. Very simple, and you'll know that it right if Torr takes a moment to, yell at his opponent while they're on the ground. A nice little apish addition. We'll do it once more. Again, back A and Y and B at the same time, or back X and triangle and circle at the same time. And that's really all there is to it, my friends. So let's just finish it up. Boom. And there we have it. He really just squashes their head. Really isn't anything more to it. It works. Nothing too special, but it works. He's a real brute, and it's a brutality. Ta-da! Anyways, there we have it, my friends. Hopefully you guys got something out of this tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. And if this tutorial did help you out, please feel free to leave me a like or a comment down below letting me know what you thought or what you might like to see from future videos or tutorials. And if you did enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe, because I promise you there's plenty more coming. And without any further ado, thank you all very much for joining me for this episode, and we'll see you next time, guys. Stay safe, stay happy.